Yo, yo, what's up aliens? AHEE here with another tutorial. Today I wanted to show y'all how I made this remix for Big Gigantic. So the story of how this remix came to be is that I used to be a part of this act called Lucent Dossier, and we got to perform a lot of big festivals. One of them was Lightning in a Bottle. We played the main stage, but this particular time in 2015 we were playing the main stage, and then Big Gigantic played right after us. And so backstage, I got to hang out and talk with people, and one of the people that I met was Dom from Big Gigantic. Him and I hit it off, and over the course of some years, every time we happened to both be at the same festival, I'd hit him up and we'd hang and chat and whatnot. And then years go by, and then I see Big Gigantic come out with this awesome new album. I really dug the songs. So I reached out to him to see, like, hey, do you want me to do a remix of this song? Time had passed and I'd gotten much better at producing. I'd built up my own following, and so I think he saw that and he was like super down. And I just want to point out the fact real quick that in the music industry, it's so important to not just like treat people like objects of like, oh, I'm trying to get this out of this person. It's like actually becoming friends with people and actually caring about their lives and developing real actual relationships is how you succeed in the music industry. At least that's how I like to view it. So yeah, first tip right there, be a real friend. So I got the stems from Dom, and I knew I was going to work with the vocals. It's this song Burning Love, and I just love the vocals in this song.
We live in a cold world, we're all grown up, but between the billions I still found you.
And so the original, had its own vibe to it, which I'll play a little bit of it here.
We live in a cold world, we're all grown up, but
it's super chill kind of vibes, and I wanted to keep those chill vibes, but I wanted to add in my own AHEE flavor to it. I played around with a lot of different melodies and whatnot, but I sort of came down to this sort of plucky, almost sort of reggae, ska kind of vibe. And it's this. And it's a little pluck that's made here in Serum. It's just a preset that I got from this Coda pack. And I just really liked the vibe of it. And it, had the chords go along in this progression. And then I also added in another layer from my Prophet X of this more like metallic key sound. So together, they just created that. One of them is filling in the more mid-range and the other one's filling in that higher space. So once I got the chord progression down, I knew I needed to find a bass line for it. I went for the Reese bass. I just love this sound. If you're on a phone, you might not hear it. And that is why I made a second layer that is a mid Reese bass. So this first original Reese bass is made here in Spire. And I think this was just a preset that I tweaked and then EQ'd quite a bit. And then I was playing around. I was trying to add in distortion on top of this Reese bass, but it was just doing some weird things. So I decided to make another Reese bass here in Serum. Actually, I think it's just a saw wave. Yeah, it's just a plain old saw wave. And then I'm compressing it and then just sort of filtering out this low mid section here, so that way it pops on small speakers. So together they create. And that to go along with the chords. Started to create a vibe right there. Something smooth and relaxing. But then, I needed a beat to go along with this. So I found this. So I found this sample. It's like a loop. I really liked the samples in that drum loop, but it wasn't the beat that I wanted. So I cut up the individual samples and created my own beat out of them. That sounds like this. So all together with the vocals, bass, and beat sounds like this.
Usually it won't have to be a burden. Show me your hands and I'll make you free tonight.
You know, sort of like fun beach vibe to me. And then here in this pre-chorus, I wanted to up the energy a little bit, so I added in this really cool sample that I didn't even really mess with it at all. Yeah, it's just as is. I just thought it worked really well with the beat. So together it's like, yeah, it just works really well. And I'm thinking like, oh, Big Gigantic, they have the big brass band, marching band to go along with that. I imagine that's what led me to looking up marching band samples. And yeah, I came across this one that worked out really well. And then here also I was thinking Big Gigantic, big brass, and I came up with the trap horn. Which that is another preset here in Serum. Yeah, from that same Coda pack. I really love it. It uses that technique of the hybrid sampling that I talked about in a recent video. Ooh, I added some soothe on that. See, what's that doing? Yeah, just taking away some harsher frequencies in there. Oh yeah, and this is also an important thing, is using the stereo control on there, because I think without the stereo control it's pretty phasey. Yeah, so it goes out of phase there a little bit, so I added in the stereo control to help that out. Yeah, it stays in phase. Great. So all together sounded like this on the pre-chorus.
Sweeter than the bird, food to my soul. When we're together, yeah, we're missing nothing at all. See, we need is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So here in the background there's this noise. This was one of the stems that was sent to me, and this is probably my favorite part of the song. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that up for y'all. And that's just like looping in the background. And to me, that just gives the track so much life. It's just like these hidden little like real life recordings going on in the music. And I have a whole video on that, how to create a vibe in a song. But I just love stuff like that. So here on the chorus, it's like this like breakdown. Oh, I love these little string things. These were some of the original stems, but I think these were some of the original stems. I think I boosted their volume just a tad bit, and then I added on the stereo control. Had to add in some little strings there. Also another preset from that Coda pack. Just really used it a lot on this. Oh yeah, there's a trance line in here as well. Yeah, made with Spire. I think another preset there. And I'm using Arpeggiator. But yeah, super low in the mix. You barely even hear it. You can hear it a little bit at the beginning of the chorus. Just barely hear it in there, but it creates a really great vibe. Yeah, and then I've got the build drums right there, and yeah, I think this is the fill from the original song. Yeah, and now let's go on to the drop. The thing with the drop is that I really love to have my drums just banging, just like danceable, totally on their own, and that's what I think I focused on first here. So yeah, I got my kick and snare, and yeah, it's like pretty standard glitch hop pattern, boom cack, and then yeah, I think there's a little hidden percussion there. Oh, it's that background noise, but yeah, it's got some percussion in it, added in there. And then also I really like to have a lot going on with the crashes and whatnot, sort of feel like a real drum kit. So So along with all the drums, sounds like this. Yeah, just super grooving just on its own. And then so here we are with the basses. So yeah, there's like a little bit of a language, a call and response going on again. So it's like boo wop wow 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 wow. So it's like boo. So it's like boo wop wow wow wow. No, wait. It's like boo boo wop wow 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 wow. Drop boo wop. Yeah, so here's the drop and there's the boo wop. We wop boo wop. Super technical terms we're using over here. Yeah, and then I'm layering in this sort of light chord sound along with the bass. Yeah, so together just makes them a little bit more melodic there. Then also here in the vocals, you know, there's all these like really nice just sort of echoes of the vocals. Yeah, those are super fun. And then, oh yeah, I have all these crows. Oh my gosh! Ugh. More crows! My last tutorial had crows. Oh my god. I guess I use crows all the time in my music. Who knew? There's some other vocal shouts. Yeah, I just love all that subtle energy in there. So yeah, let's play it. What does it sound like? Oh yeah, and then Dom's awesome sax line in there. I just love this thing. I chop them away for those little B-rops, you know, official term. Yeah, and then it's got the little chops of the burning wood around the edges to tie back in the verse into the drop. But yeah. Let's go to the second drop. So yeah, here, the second drop, the more exciting of the two drops, sounds like this. Yeah, so it was a lot of playing around with different bass sounds. I rendered them all to audio, was chopping them up, trying to find the right pattern. I went through so many different patterns. Here's another pattern that I had, but I ended up not using. And you can see going through and deactivating these things. To deactivate them and reactivate them, hit 0 there. So yeah, I was just playing around with all these. What's this one? You know, which that one doesn't sound that good on its own, but layered in with this, it sounds pretty cool. You know, it had a lot of energy. And these little guys, you know, they don't work too well on their own, but all together. Oh yeah, and then the wigga wigga over here. Wiggle wiggle. And then no drums right there, and then the fill. Yeah, just an epic track. Super stoked, super grateful to be a part of this remix package. There's a bunch of dope remixes by a bunch of artists. One of them's my friend Kotek. He also made a really awesome remix. I talk about my magic racks in all my videos, but this one, it really helped out with the drums. Check this out. I have the magic box here on the kick and snare group, which is basically controlling all the drums besides the cymbals. So check this out. I'm going to turn off the magic box. Just makes a huge difference there. Yeah. I was talking about the phasing and whatnot. I think another one here, I got the stereo control on the saxophone. Yeah, I put the stereo on the saxophone, a couple of their synth elements and the horns and whatnot, just because it was taking the elements were sort of going out of phase, which worked for the original song, I think, just because of how the mix was. But for this one, but for my song, they were sort of standing out a little bit too much. And so, yeah. Oh, look, I had both the magic box and the stereo control on there. So yeah, without either of them, it sounds like this. You can see it's going out phase. And now with the magic box and the stereo control, staying in phase. Yo. I need a t-shirt that says that, staying in phase. Someone's gonna be like, you should totally do it. And you'd be right. You'd be right. Oh yeah, also there was this sort of interesting thing on the this trance gate. I'm using the auto chopper at the end here, and that's what's creating that like stuttering kind of effect. Yeah, super cool. I'll put a link below of where y'all can get the magic racks on my Gumroad. Also below, I'll put a link to where y'all can get my Big Gigantic remix for yourself. Alright, hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps me out. Maybe leave a comment too. Alright, peace aliens.